melech, melech memit u'mechaye, u'matzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman l'chayot hakol, baruch atah Adonai, mechaye hakol. 52.
Ata
Kadosh v'shimcha kadosh.
Ata Kadosh v'shimcha Kadosh Ukdoshim b'chol yom yeha Ve'lucha selam Baruch atah Adonai Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh Ha'el HaKadosh. We take a few moments standing or seated, whatever's our custom, our comfort. We come back together, page 60. From the words on the page or the meditations of your heart. Let all of you and your loving return to Zion. Blessed are you, Adonai's presence returns to Zion. Baruch atah Adonai, machzir shechinato leTzion. Shalom Rav HaYisrael Amecha Tasim le'olam Ki atahu melech adon L'chol hashalom V'tov be'enecha livarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol et uvchosha bishlomecha. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amecha Tasim le'olam Tasim le'olam.
We turn now to our Misha Berach, our prayer for healing on page 253. If you're thinking of someone, want to offer their name out loud, please. Yep. Okay. Yeah.
Jamie Mulvey. What's it downtown?
Shella Pearl.
Adana Rose. Marsha Nudi Mayers, Suzanne Solanke, Shelley Flynn, Joseph Elfon.
Page 253.
May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Achim Otenu Mekor Abracha Le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Oh, say shalom, b'mroma, v'ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael ve'yimeru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mroma, v'ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael ve'yimeru, amen, amen. Oseh shalom b'mroma, v'ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael ve'yimeru,
Well, with that prayer for peace, I want to speak tonight about the impossible. The impossible. Who didn't give some thought this week, or actually even an hour or so, right before, from 5 to 6 roughly, who didn't give some thought to Muhammad Ali? And his funeral was on TV. I saw a little bit of it. It was 1975 for me, and I was 15 years old, and I'll never forget staying up late with my dad watching the Thriller in Manila, Ali and Frazier. And here's a quote from Muhammad Ali. Impossible is just a big word thrown around by small people who find it easier to live in the world they've been given than to explore the power they have to change it. Impossible is not a fact. It's an opinion. Impossible is not a declaration. It's a dare. Impossible is potential. Impossible is temporary. Impossible is nothing. Did any of you hear Billy Crystal? It's too bad. I mean, it would be great to have him offer that. Anyway, it's not just Muhammad Ali that makes me think of the impossible tonight and these last days. 100 years ago, maybe even 50 or 20, could we imagine a woman becoming president? Could we imagine a black man who would be elected president twice? Could we imagine even 15 years ago that the Supreme Court would declare that the right to marry is a fundamental right for all couples? Years ago, these were all total impossibilities. Tonight, I want to talk about three impossibilities that to a large degree are assumed in our culture. I wanted to discuss three impossibilities that the holiday of Shavuot screams out and says, no, don't think that way. We've survived for thousands of years precisely because we've rejected the norms, the assumptions of the cultures in which we've lived. It's an amazing thing to talk about Shavuot, be on the air of Shavuot with all of our rings here. Tomorrow night. Here's the first impossibility. To a large degree, the world has adopted the idea that it's impossible for us to truly matter as individuals. This is what I mean. Each and every individual is simply the predictable, knowable result of discernible biological functions. We arrive through certain functions and we depart through others. It's almost patently obvious that our presence is random and accidental according to our culture. To be a serious-minded person, it's a virtual impossibility to believe that individuals are much more than a reflection of our biology. It's impossible to believe that we've been called to this earthly realm, on the other hand, to serve a divine purpose. To be taken seriously, it's almost impossible to believe that you've been commissioned by the great commissioner or summoned by the great summoner. In truth, the reason for this sermon, a good portion of it, is that I've been wanting and wondering and working to be in a daily relationship with the commissioner or summoner for decades. And I don't really know why so much of my soul is animated by this work, by this dream. It just is. It's just me. Our Parsha, in the holiday of Shavuot tomorrow night, tells that there are 600,000 Israelites. The census in this week's Parsha, which always precedes Shavuot, says this week there's 600,000 Jews. And the sages understand that there are also 600,000 letters in the Torah. From that, our sages teach that each of us has our own personal, unique letter. I'm a letter. I am actually in the Torah. I'm really there. I found myself. It was amazing. The letter, it's beautiful. I never realized it before. Did you see me? Did you find me in the Torah? I mean, did you find yourselves? To have a God-given sound and shape is to have a God-given purpose. To be a letter in the Torah is to be a man on a mission. Torah comes to tell us that it's not impossible for the person, for the individual to be summoned, commissioned for us to have truly divine significance. The great Hasidic teacher, Netivot Shalom was his name he went by. Netivot or paths. Shalom is peace. This is the name of this Hasidic teacher, the paths of peace. He wrote this: from the day we are born, no person is identical to another, and no person is able to repair what his or her neighbor is here to repair. Each person has his or her own heavenly mission to repair a special and unique aspect of life. It's for this particular reason that he or she comes down from the divine realm to this life. No other person is able to repair that which is another's to repair. The bracha gedolah, the great blessing, is when a Jew fulfills the divine mission that she came down here to fulfill. I don't want it to be impossible to believe that each of us is called, each of us is summoned for a holy task. I, of course, can't prove that it's true, but I don't think actually it can be proven that it's not true either. And so each of us basically has a choice. Each of us can make a choice for ourselves. For me, I just want to feel summoned, to feel commissioned. Here's the second impossibility. It's impossible that any people, any nation has ultimate meaning or significance. Of course we want to take care of our country, to have good lives, and maybe even to not unjustly harm others. But it's obvious that there's no commission to us as Americans. There's no summons to us as Jews, as Israel. There's no people, including the Jews, who've been commissioned or summoned for a serious-minded person. That's impossible. But who would believe that a language could be resurrected after 1,800 years? Who would believe that a tiny country of mostly white European immigrants would risk their lives and massive resources to bring 40,000 black Ethiopians who have no education, no literacy, and whose customs are entirely foreign? In May 1967, 39 years ago, this week, June 4th, Israelis anticipated a catastrophe from 5 Arab neighbors. They declared all the public parks would serve as cemeteries. Who would believe that on June 4th, 1967, 39 years ago this week, Israel would defeat 5 Arab armies in 6 days? And it actually wasn't even really 6 days. It was actually 6 hours, because that's how long it took the Israeli Air Force to destroy the Egyptian Air Force. Who would believe that the rabidly anti-Israel Arab League today is actively promoting a peace initiative? Even 1 decade ago, we would have said, it's impossible. No pope will ever say the following: to not recognize Israel as Jewish, as anti-Semitic. But it happened last May. Shavuot, the giving of the 10 Commandments, it whispers. I don't know, maybe it actually hollers. It hollers to us from the heavens. Don't believe them. Israel, you are here for a reason. Like so many other peoples, you have been commissioned. Like so many other peoples, you've been summoned. Don't be like many of them and ignore the call. Answer it. Say, Hineni, here we are. Paul Johnson, the Catholic historian, wrote this. I quote, "No people has ever insisted more firmly than the Jews that history has a purpose and humanity has a destiny. At a very early stage in their collective experience, they believed that they had detected a divine scheme for the human race." They as the Jewish people. They worked out their role in immense detail. They clung to it with heroic persistence in the face of savage suffering. The Jewish vision became the prototype for many similar grand designs for humanity. The Jews, therefore, stand right at the center of the perennial attempt to give human life and community the dignity of purpose. Close quote. When we hear, certainly when I hear, of the extraordinary stories of Israel bringing clean water, electricity, medical care, and loads of loving kindness to tragedies all over the globe, it helps me to feel we have been summoned. We've been commissioned. Mission impossible? No way. The 10 Commandments suggest one final impossibility. By the way, just for those who are don't remember well, the 10 Commandments are what we read on Shavuot. The holiday of Shavuot is called Zman Matan Toratenu, the time of the gift of our Torah. Every year on Shavuot we reenact the receiving of the 10 Commandments. We stay up all night learning, and we go out early in the morning and recite the 10 Commandments. So the 10 Commandments suggest one final impossibility. It's an impossibility that seems terribly rampant in our politics today. Here it is. Transformation is impossible without verbal or physical force or violence. There is impossibility in our culture. It is an impossibility in our culture today because transformation of society is impossible without aggression or violence. But Shavuot and the Ten Commandments, they abhor this kind of impossibility. You may not murder, steal, cheat, lie, or covet. They're all on the left there on the top. You can't murder, steal, cheat, lie, or covet. You can't harm a person's body physically, and you can't speak to people in a violent way. Say the commandments. No divine commission and no holy summons would ever justify a people's yen for violence. Coming back to Muhammad Ali, yeah, he was a fighter. He was a man of violence inside the ring. But he worked tirelessly and non-violently for peace and justice outside the ring. Ali rejected the impossibility of transformation without violence. He rejected the assumed wisdom that it's impossible to bring about change without verbal or physical force. Ali would surely admire these words from his idol, Martin Luther King. I quote, "The ultimate weakness of violence is that it is a descending spiral, beginning the very thing it seeks to destroy. Instead of diminishing evil, it multiplies it. Through violence you may murder the liar, but you cannot murder the lie, nor establish the truth." Maybe that's Muhammad Ali calling. Is that all right? It's not a fire alarm, is it? No? Through violence you may murder the hater, but you don't murder hate. In fact, violence merely increases hate. So it goes. Returning violence for violence multiplies violence, adding deeper darkness to a night already devoid of stars. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Close quote. So, I want to say that every individual, each of us as individuals, we can choose to hear the summoner. Every people, every nation can choose to accept its commission. Muhammad Ali had it right. Impossible is nothing. I close with his words again. Impossible is not a fact. It's an opinion. Impossible is just a word thrown around by small people who find it easier to live in the world they've been given than to explore the power they have to change it. Shabbat Shalom. Okay, we rise on page 282 for Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויעשה בארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגבי מרונים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
287.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. Mourner's Cottage is on 294. Before I offer the names of those on our list, I just want to acknowledge Ina Kupferberg's mom and Beth Schneider's husband, Barry, who they'll be buried on Monday. We remember this week, if you'd like to rise when I share the name of a loved one, feel free to do so. Remember Alex Schwartzman, We also remember those laid to rest in the last 30 days. Nejat Eshagaf, Richard Perman, Marie Rose, Thelma Phillips Cinderbrand, and Max Jarolem. Jarolem? Who's that? Also the Yortzeit, the anniversary of the passing of the following people we remember tonight. Glenn Allen and Edith Atlas, Pearl Beagleman, Benjamin Halpert, Isidore Hirsch, Jack P. Hirschberg, Seal Hoffert, and Ethel Wolf-Lerick, Emmanuel Lerick, Harold M. Levine, Herschel Moshe, Shirley Lulav, Harry Markowitz, Leon Miller, George Kaplan, Robert Caden, Karen Penner, Jacob Penner, Lillian Rosenzweig, Leona Schneider, and Harriet Stievelman. May their memories be for a blessing. I know they will be. If there's someone whose name is not on our list, you'd like to rise and share the name, feel free to do so.
I would add, I saw Son Lipsky, a long-time member of this
Oh.
and a long-time member of Brother.
It's your time. Okay, thank you, Elliot. Thank you. Okay, the Mourner's Kaddish. No. Thank you, Dorit. Mourner's Kaddish is on 294. If it's your custom to rise with the mourners, feel free to do so. 294. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah b'yalma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon v'yomechon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael b'gala v'zman kariv v'imru amen Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam ulalmei almaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yit'alal shemed kudesha b'rechu li'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran b'yalma v'imru amen Yehei shlama rabba min shamaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, and let us say amen.
Amen.
Please be seated. Cantor, let's see. Here, maybe I'll do this.
Why don't you bring the bread out?
Okay, yeah, okay. A bunch of announcements. First of all, so tomorrow night, Shavuot and confirmation, 7 o'clock. Jackie? Gary, Jackie's becoming confirmed. Any other? Izzy is. Oh yeah, Adam is coming. Izzy already a year ago, right?
It's a wonderful class.
It's a wonderful class. All right, Leah. Thank you. Okay, so that's tomorrow night. Sunday morning we have Yisker and Shavuot services. Sunday at 4 o'clock, graduation for our seniors.
Followed by
I was looking to see if there's any parents of the seniors here. I don't see any. Followed by our celebration and goodbye to Mr. Whitman, Michael Whitman. And a thank you to him for all of his extraordinary work and the great love and blessing he's brought to our community. So that's at 5:15. So tomorrow night, confirmation, Shavuot at 7. Sunday morning at 10:30, Yisker. And Sunday afternoon, 4 o'clock is graduation. And Sunday at 5:15 is celebration for Mike. It's a very quiet weekend, right? And tomorrow morning is Torah study, one of the weekly wonders of Temple Beth-El. Thank you, Judy. Yes, I don't know when we'll collapse, but probably sometime Monday maybe.
No,
separate from the two funerals. Okay, so if we could rise, it would be a blessing. We're on page 3.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Bore Peri Hagafen.
Page 5.
5. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzah banu b'shabbat kodsho b'ahava u'b'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh bereshit כי הוא יום תחילה למקרא קודש זכר יציאת מצרים כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת אמן.
מוציא ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם מוציא לחם מן הארץ. Amen. Whoops.
So a song with Torah in it. Page 338. Al shlosha devarim. Al shlosha devarim. Al shlosha devarim ha'olam omer. Al shlosha devarim. Al shlosha devarim. Al shlosha devarim ha'olam omer. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים.
The world stands on 3 legs. Torah, ועל העבודה, intention. ועל גמילות חסדים. שבת שלום. יאללה
Yalla la
la la la la la la. Oh my God. Yeah, Barry.
I'll be right there, honey.
And they thought it was getting better, and then he went in what's it called?
Like a shock thing?
Yeah.
Or?
Take it, Judy. Sorry. I got it. In 7 years here, I don't think I've ever felt this way coming to the service. I didn't know what to do.
It was right before the service.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
it
was very real. It was very real. It was fine. It was good. I think those things are good.
Good to be happy.
Thank you. Thank you. We didn't make that many extras. No, we didn't. Sorry. I mean, just really enough for the people here. Good. Thank you.
Reminded me of the brunch,
Yeah, good. I was happy to do. It was fun to do. Hey.
We're not allowed to talk. Yeah, it's still on. Let's turn it off.
sorry.
I know, and I got your message. And
I heard it was wonderful.
crazy thing.
Of course it's my mom.
She's very far away, so I'm setting up all the aides. I'm on the phone every day with like doctors and aides, and
Is your sister there?
my sister's there. But she comes on the weekends and she's a judge. She's like, that's it, you know. Like 8 in the morning she's out, 6 o'clock at night she's back. I do most of the phone calling for all the aides and making sure that she gets to and from. Anyway, I'm going there Sunday night right after Mike's thing. I'm catching the last flight out to West Palm. But I'll be back.
So what is your schedule for here? You're done when?
I have another week when I come back, and I'm going back to Florida again. But I'll be back when hopefully I can bring her up sometime at the end of July. I hope she's well enough. She's going through radiation now. I hope she's well enough. We'll see. One way or another, I'm coming back. I'll have to come back sometime in like mid to late July. I'm at cantorhest@gmail. You don't have to write here or call. Just cantorhest@gmail. I look at my email all the time.
Cantorhest@gmail.
Yeah, and I come out a lot. There's a lot of people. Now I feel like I can meet people for
I
dinner.
just felt we didn't really get to say goodbye to you not being here last weekend.
I know.
We don't want to say goodbye.
I know.
We'll see you in your new
We'll just say
role.
continuation.
I
You'll
know.
see
We
me a
didn't
lot
get
less stressed
We
out.
didn't get to celebrate you, I guess.
Oh. Did you have a good trip?
So we're in Amsterdam. We had Marcy with us, her last hurrah.
Mazel tov on all of them. My
And Ari,
goodness.
did you hear Ari got a fabulous
Yes,
pulpit?
Mazel tov. You must be like
Flying.
flying.
Both of them in Philly, and the pulpit for Ari. As Marcy said, Marcy's been there. We haven't. And I don't know how Ari found this place. It's just so perfect.
It is?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So I think Ari will fit in.
Wonderful.
Which is great. And
Ari
how's your
Oh, no, go ahead.
They were in the band last week.
We heard.
It was
we
their
saw.
band.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
And your sister was able to come.
My sister surprised me. That was unbelievable. How did you know all about that?
We saw it. No, I didn't know that. I was just wondering.
Yeah,
We saw a photograph in the journal that included your sister,
Oh, okay.
but we didn't know that she came.
She was not going to come. One of my cousins called her and said,
How could you not come? How could you not
It's
come?
not so far
but
away.
yeah, but the thing is, she's been the person. She's been like the go-to person. But her husband came and watched my mother, and that wasn't easy for my mom because he can't bathe her or anything like that. So for 3 days, she sort of gave that up to have my sister come. It was great. It was great to have her here. It was beautiful.
I heard everybody said it was
It was a very fun night. It really was a fun night. So yes, I'm definitely.
So it's a
gonna
new
see you
beginning. You're going to do good stuff.
I hope so.
You should.
Go to Amsterdam. We just went.
I'll go. I'm sure I'll travel. I'm sure I'm going to travel. My kids got me a Mediterranean cooking class in Napa,
Oh, nice.
so that'll be the first thing I do. But I have a bucket list.
Holland was great.
We had a very.
Did you go anywhere besides?
Well, we went to lots of little towns. We stayed in Leiden about half an hour
That's where
outside
my
where the
conference was. I was working.
And we went to The Hague, which I didn't realize what a beautiful jewel it is.
Is it?
I thought of it as like, with courts, for international
No.
courts and peace. It's a jewel with
And then
No,
we
and I
went-
remember when I
gardens.
went to Amsterdam when I was a student. I went there and I remember there was something about we took like these student flights and we went to the
Red Light District.
of course, but we went to the American Express office. Remember when you used to get your mail there and everything, and they had like trips, and they said, so do you want to go to The Hague? The Hague? That's right. I just remember
Right.
the way that they said it.
The hay. It's the hay.
It
The
may
Hague.
not have been as beautiful then as it is now, but it's probably the prettiest city we've ever seen.
Oh, I'll have to go.
It's unbelievable. The flowers and the whole thing was
Was
gorgeous.
there a lot of security everywhere?
Well, the airports you
The
had.
airports.
We didn't
The
see any
airports.
police.
No, not in the city, but in the airports with the machine guns, yes.
But not in the city.
No, the city was fine.
Anyway, and we had Marcy with us.
Marcy had a good
The
time.
town of Utrecht, beautiful canal. Gouda, where the cheese is from. We went to spend the afternoon there. It was lovely.
Good with the cheese. Did you have cheese?
We
had
did.
cheese, a lot of
We had a lot of good
cheese. We
cheese.
had a lot of cheese.
A lot of good cheese.
A lot of goat cheese, a lot of cheese. We eat a lot of cheese.
Okay.
Anyway, so we would love to see you for dinner.
I would love to
I know
also.
if your
I
mother-
can't think
I
that far
know,
ahead.
I know.
So in the right moment, we
Okay.
will
Thank you.
do
So
that.
when is your
So
actual
where's
last?
Marcy? Where's Marcy?
At CHOP. She's at Children's Hospital.
You have these nice places to visit now.
Here's that job at CBS Eagle. Are you going to come back to New York?
And they can afford it's hard. My kids, Ari just bought they just bought an apartment in Jersey City Heights. It's the newest,
That's
it's like old and new, but they feel like they're little inroads, you know what I mean? So, yeah. They wanted to get there. They bought a condo. Old. But they fixed it up a little bit, and you know, it was reasonable. There's nothing else
So we
reasonable.
had Ari's friend at Marcy's graduation party,